one of those words, like penis, that's always good for a laugh. Davis, however, didn't laugh or look up from his vacuuming. He wore an apron made from one of my t-shirts, held in place by one of my belts, double wrapped around his soft, tiny waist.
Well, look who finally decided to come home. Would it have killed you to pick up a phone?
I dropped my gym bag in the middle of the floor and headed down the hall.
Blaine Gunderson, after I slaved all day to clean this house for you and dinner still to get ready, the least you could do is...
I slammed my bedroom door on Davis's rant. Davis's mom worked as a waitress at the titty bar out by the interstate. She worked the day shift, when there were 6, maybe 7 cars in the parking lot tops. One of them was hers, and one of them was the strippers, and one of them was the bartenders, and plus Davis's mom was a little fat, so you know the tips sucked. My mom said flat out that the only way she could possibly make ends meet was by blowing truckers. I could see how a mother like that could drive you crazy. My mom wasn't half as bad as Davis's, and she made me nuts. I cracked my laptop just as Davis hipped open the door, his Electrolux clackety-clack clacking into the room behind him, my backpack hanging off his tiny shoulders like a catamount mauling a calf.
Don't you close the door when I'm talking to you, Blaine Gunderson.
My mom wasn't very good at covering her tracks. The cache of Internet Explorer said that after she checked for updates on the gay porn site she read every day, she looked up recipes for tuna casserole and green beans almondine, which turned out to be green beans with almonds. Great. Green beans and nuts. Davis vacuumed my floor, his little voice barely audible above the racket.
All day I slave, and do I hear one word of thanks? One, honey, the house sure looks great. Or, is that a new hairstyle, darling? Or even, screw it, babe. Put the pork chops back in the fridge and let's go to Olive Garden. No, nothing.
Davis, if you keep pushing that toy around, I'm going to shove that lipstick penis so far up your rectum, you'll have to vacuum with your ass. Rectum. Another one of those words. Davis didn't seem to know this, but at least he dropped the penis stick and pulled his feather duster from the belt of his apron. Was it creepy that my mom looked at gay porn? Or was it only creepy because she did it on my computer? The computer'd been a 14th birthday present from my dad, which sent my mom through the roof. Can't afford child support, but he can drop $1,000 on a computer? How am I supposed to pay the mortgage with that? I doubt the computer was worth $1,000 new, and it was beat to hell by the time I got it. But at least my dad's porn, or the porn of whoever he bought it from, was gender appropriate, even if the girls were my age. Davis's duster flitted and fluttered over the computer screen.
Blaine, looking at those kinds of pictures and in front of me? Imagine.
This way I don't have to imagine. Hey, Davis, why don't you clean under the bed? Or in the closet? Or maybe on a busy highway? Davis worked his way down the desk and reached his duster up to the windowsill. He'd had it with him the first morning his mom dropped him off at our house, and before she left he was already running it over the TV and stereo. I caught the scene as I was heading off to school. A 5-year-old with a feather duster and a kerchief tied around his head. I had to stop. His right pinky stuck out as though he held a teacup, and a golden cloud enveloped him, iridescent in the morning light.
Static electricity draws dust bunnies like bees to honey.
I looked at the mother of the freak. A couple inches of stomach rolled out between her cutoffs and a double O in t-shirt. The O's circled her boobs, and the in had an arrow at the bottom of the second N that pointed to her vagina.
Don't you worry about Davis,
she said, sucking on a cigarette.
He just has his little routine. I know how housework can get away from you, Mrs. Gunderson,
Davis said, lifting a china figurine from the TV, dusting it, setting it back down.
But don't you worry. I'm here now. If you'll just...